Welcome to Talk About Topeka, live here from the Topeka Performing Arts Center, sponsored by Field of Greens. This episode of Champions of Character is featuring the Safe Streets Coalition and their executive director, Kristi Pankratz. I'm your host extraordinaire, Mr. Chris Schultz here, and some people use that word lightly, extraordinaire. I don't really know.
It works.
Yeah, my mom says it's a good word for me, but my sister doesn't think so. I don't know.
Go with your mom.
Yeah, I will. Anyway, thank you so much. Kristi Pankratz is here with us, the executive director of the Safe Streets Coalition, and you've got so many great things that you do with this organization to try and help keep our neighborhoods safer, encouraging dialogues, making sure people do something, and I think it's really important for people to know. At one of our meetings, we talked about how there were the theft of guns that came out of vehicles that people did not even have locked. That number is staggering, right?
It really is. I mean, it's a simple thing of we don't always, it's common sense, but sometimes we just forget when we get in a hurry. Just the simple thing of removing all valuables from your car can go a long way in preventing crime and making our crime numbers go down and driving it away from our community.
And there's a program for that called Lock It, Remove It, or Lose It. I'm doing it. Lock it, remove it, or lose it. I like it. And of course, encouraging neighborhood dialogues is another big thing. There's the Safe Streets Coalition meetings that are held.
We meet the first Wednesday of every month. We go over some crime stats. We're also working with the Topeka Rescue Mission's effort to address human trafficking. So this is open to the public. We encourage you to come 11:45 a.m., first Wednesday of every month at the Great Overland Station. Just really want to get the word out. We do air the meetings, portions of the meetings on City 4 as well, too. So really it's just a lot of information because information is essentially power. If we know what's going on, we know what we can do to protect ourselves and take a stance against crime. And the human trafficking thing, I had no idea how big of a deal it was. It is.
It's huge.
It is, and it impacts all areas and levels of crime. So drug trafficking, other violent crimes, property crimes, they're all interconnected and weaving. So I can't stress the importance of if you see something, say something.
Absolutely. Now, encouraging neighborhood dialogues. We have Neighborhood Night Out coming up.
Yes.
And building those bonds, that's what really keeps our neighborhoods safe, when people take an active role in doing so, right?
It really is. I mean, we live in a society where there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of polarization going on. And what I hear is, how do I make a difference? How can I help? And what I tell people is, it starts with you. It starts in your neighborhood. Just the simplicity of smiling at your neighbor. I know how cheesy that sounds, but it's so easy just to, drive into your garage, pull through, and never go outside again. But just that simple act of communicating, starting, because once you know what's supposed to be going on in your neighborhood, you're invested. I mean, if you see a family member pulled alongside the road with car problems, you're probably going to stop and help them.
Right.
Whereas if it's somebody you don't know, you might just call it into dispatch or, oh, somebody else will take care of them. So that investment is what we need right now. And Neighborhood Watch is just a great program to help you connect with each other. Because what we really want to do is just put neighbors in contact with each other. We want them to be able to know local law enforcement and who to call. A lot of times I hear people that are afraid to call 911. I don't want to bother them. I didn't think it was anything. Right. It's much better to err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
So those, just being informed of that type of dialogue can go a long way in making our community a safer place.
And you spend a lot of times going to neighborhood meetings, and what are people in the neighborhood saying? What are they concerned with?
A lot of times property crimes is what I hear about, burglaries to vehicles. Again, sometimes people are just going through the streets, checking door handles to see what's open. They look
Again, lock it, remove it, or lose it.
I stepped into that one.
Thank you. Our audience thanks you. Yeah. I think they do. Sorry.
But I mean, even if you don't think it's of any value, those coins, hey, maybe that will buy somebody a can of pop. I mean, it's there and it's available, and there's no deterrent for them. So if we can remove that opportunity, again,
$1 a change in your cup holder and somebody smashes you out, you have a $300 window to fix or something.
Exactly, or you leave a gym bag with your sweaty gym clothes that you don't think is anything, but
they don't know that it's
they don't know that. Yeah. So again, it's just being proactive and removing that opportunity.
Absolutely. And any opportunity that people have to come together with their neighbors, National Night Out, that's coming right up.
It is. August 11th is National Night Out. We have about 80 neighborhoods so far signed up to participate throughout the county, and that's incredible.
80 neighborhoods, 80 different
neighborhoods.
parties happening.
Exactly. And that's just a good way for neighborhoods to kind of start that conversation. Say you're new to a neighborhood and don't know people. This is a great way. I mean, we've got Hy-Vee providing free hot dogs, Reese's providing free side dishes. We provide a small stipend. So there really isn't a reason not to have one.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great way to start that conversation.
Absolutely. Get to know your neighbors. Get to know the Safe Streets Coalition. And you can do that by checking out their website. It's at safestreets.org. Be sure to like them on Facebook as well. They're right there. You always have some great content coming out.
We try.
On there. It's good stuff. And of course, we'd like to thank the sponsor for this segment, making our Champions of Character possible here. It's Field of Greens.
Yay.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have some cheers for that, right, folks?
Yay!
It's downtown Topeka's best spot for a healthy lunch every business day. Your mom would be proud, and so would my mom. She works there every day. It's cool stuff. So go check it out. Thank you so much, Kristi Pankratz, the Executive Director of the Safe Streets Coalition. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.